Good morning. This is my trade recap for September 24th, Wednesday. Right now, just like usual, I'm on the hourly time frame, marking levels that I like to trade, which are order blocks and tops and bottoms of displacement, major displacement. Usually I don't mark any fair value gaps on the 1 hour unless there's nothing else going on, just because they're so wide it's hard to pick an entry inside that fair value gap. But the audio for this video I'm adding after the fact because the microphone I used was on top of the desk with my laptop, and apparently there's a buzz in the entire audio on the original stream. So back to using my phone afterwards. There's a channel that helps absolutely nobody, so we're going to erase that. Right here I'm marking those lows. Kind of expecting price to bounce here on one of these, or have a really strong energetic move past them. And the bounce ends up being right here. I'm looking at yesterday because it all kind of it's starting to look the same as yesterday's price action. So I just went back and took a look at yesterday. On this next candle, I'm about to go short for a scalp. Because I'm treating that cluster of candles right there as kind of just like an abnormal thing, and I'm expecting price to drop below it pretty convincingly. But as you'll see, it doesn't, and we put in like 2 more candles sideways. My take profit is down there at that hourly level that I've marked, because there's nothing in between where price is now and that next level. So that's why I start out with it down there. But when I don't get the energetic move lower that I'm hoping for, I end up closing this trade. I don't know if I close it green. Move my stop down just in case. Hindsight, obviously, 80 or 90. I think it hits or reaches, but I end up closing it for $10 or something because of the stop loss. I should have just took the 80 or even the 55. But this is all hindsight stuff. It could have just as easily done what I expected it to do, and I would have had a $380 profit, and I'd be done for the day. But this is just how it goes sometimes. Price slowly makes its way back up to that fair value gap. Take a nice little, I think it's a nice little short just there because of the confluence of the fair value gap and the wicks and the 20 moving average. This trade was pretty dangerous. I almost closed it for a big loss, but it was based on that fair value gap. Luckily, I think I ended up break even on that one instead of closing it in the red. Here's me drawing the reversal pattern for the first time in the day. I draw it again later, which I think just shows that my bias down here at these 1 hourly levels, that I'm expecting a bounce, and I'm hoping to catch the bounce. We're back up into the bearish fair value gap. Coming out of this fair value gap, maybe one or two more candles. I decided it's safe to go short. I also think a lot of today's entries were done with market buy, market sell, which aren't always great fills. I didn't go back and really check slippage or any of that stuff, but right now I'm pointing out that small order block that could have made price reject and go higher, but it pushed through it, and I ended up closing for a win. I switched over to micros That's what's going on right here. Because there were some, what I was expecting were low of the day reversals. And if I was wrong, I didn't want to be wrong with a full NQ. And both of these end up getting stopped out or break even. Yeah, both closed for a loss. I think it was a $70 loss and a $100 loss. Right here, looking for price to bounce a little bit just for a quick scalp at that older 930 fair value gap. This is me scrolling back to see if I can determine what day it's from, and it ends up being last Friday. I usually only keep the first presented fair value gaps on my charts for 5 days. If they're older than 5 days, I'm usually not interested in them. You'll see me take some short scalps here because I'm anticipating price to continue down to the next first presented fair value gap. Because of all the price action weirdness today, I was pretty frustrated at this point. And in the original audio, if I'd been able to use it, you hear me say, "I think I'm done. I don't want to keep trading. This feels kind of gross." And then I basically like do an angry trade here. After I see that the doji holds and 2 wicks, which I think I draw out on a line. Right there, I'm putting in a buy down there just in case price wicks down real fast, and I don't even have time to catch it. This is one of those days where I felt like almost every trade idea was right, but price pulled back just enough to hit my stop. Like more than half the time. So that's what the frustration was. Here's where I get pretty pissed because of this pullback, and I end up closing it, or I move my stop up, one or the other, and it's like a $240 loss. And like I'm just hoping to break even. But it looks like it's just about to run Watch this. How nasty this is. "30-second mark on the candle. And I'm convinced it's going to go higher. So I close it just in case. And it's a $230 loss. And this is me right now doing the math to see how much I'd made for the day, and I think it was like $90. No, not even that. $50 after that loss. So I'm pretty grumpy at this point. I do like that wick that stopped me out held the level, and I think it's worth a try. So I go short with 2 contracts here because I've been right in my mind. I've been right about going short all day. And so I've told myself I just need to trust it and leave it. Just leave it alone. It's kind of reckless. You see, I don't even put my stop up. Right here I want to see a big move down. I don't want to see it putter out or retrace. And I'm trying to decide to drag my stop loss down or just close it. And I decide to close it. And I just don't trust it. Like, at that point, I was just happy enough that I reversed the $230 loss and made an extra $200. And there's our stop sign. If it's possible, that's where I would have locked out TradingView paper account for the day. And I did the math here, but I think it's in fast forward, so you might have to pause it if you want to double check my math, but it was $480 for the day. In the original audio, I'm talking about how gross all of that felt just then. ICT says once you reach the point in trading where you rarely have any emotional attachment to the trades, you're in a good place. I don't know if that ever goes away or what, but today was definitely not a cool as a cucumber day. Oh, here's me marking out the next level because I didn't have anything left except for that 1 hour. But I liked how the 200 moving average was coming up to intersect it on the 1 hour chart, which is why that purple line's there to kind of mark it, even though it's right above the hourly level I marked at the beginning of the session. Well, that's it. If you can't keep watching this video, but if you look at price later on that day, it did continue down and swept that 1 hourly. So it would have been a good trade. Would have been a really good trade to hold, but that's not what happened. So have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.